Alright guys, welcome to the channel. I'm here again with some very instructive chess games. I'll be playing against players around my rating point, which is around 2100, 2200, and I'll be explaining my thought process as best as I can. The games are going to be very instructive and also very entertaining, so stick around. Okay, who are we playing first? We are playing now from which okay, that's Kazakhstan. Let's go with the king's pawn opening. Opponent is going for the French defense. Let's go this way, and we have this. I feel like going for the classical variation. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Where I capture here. If my opponent push this pawn forward, I also just feel like going for this. Capturing here is the way to go. Playing a move like this, I also like. And after I move like this, my opponent has to capture. Oh, opponent plays that. Isn't that just already a blunder? Or am I missing something? Okay, not really a blunder. That's an interesting move. That's an interesting move. The idea here is that if I push pawn forward, because opponent has not castled, opponent can play a move like this. And if I go back, oh, I wasn't expecting this. That's looking interesting. I really wasn't expecting this. So what do we do here now? I've not really seen this move before. I've not seen this move before. So let's say we push pawn forward, ask some questions. If my opponent captures here, I'm happy to capture here. But then my opponent can, I think we should just proceed with this move. If I go there, opponent might push pawn forward again. I'm just going to capture here. And then we go here. Let's keep that pawn defended. The pawn is a menace there. While also keeping this defended, I'm looking at the castling here. Although that's not the pawn I can really hold on to. From the looks of things, I can't really hold on to the pawn. Let's castle here first. Let's castle here. Stay away from this nasty pin. Okay, opening captures here. Capturing here comes to mind. Capturing here makes no sense. But if I capture here, it looks like I'm supporting the pawn here. I'm supporting the pawn in the center of the board. But that looks like a sad move to play. Let's not play that. This evil knight might be heading here. So let's play a move like this. The evil knight might be heading here. I see the knight coming here. If I play a move like this to stop the knight, what if my opponent plays this move? If I play a move like this to stop the knight, the problem with that move is that that's just taking away the natural development square for my knight. If I play a move like this to stop the knight, it takes away the natural development square for my knight. And if I go here, if my opponent goes here, they are simply threatening to go here. A lot of threats, guys. A lot of threats. Just like that. Okay, let's play a move like this. Opponent can, if opponent push pawn forward now, I just capture here. So let's see how my opponent proceed. I cannot allow that knight to start hopping into my position. Okay, opponent is up a pawn straight out of the opening. Our opponent really has what he wants in the opening. Opponent has exactly what he wants here. Alright, let's go here. Problem with playing that move now is that my opponent can play this move. I just got destroyed, guys. I'm going to get destroyed here. Let's go here. Opponent push pawn forward. I'm looking at pushing pawn forward. This pawn, while it looks like a weakness, it's not an easy pawn to hold on to. It's not an easy pawn to win. Maybe an easy target. Is it not an easy target? Let's say I go target the pawn this way. How is my opponent holding on to it? Let's target the pawn because my opponent might have ideas of pushing the pawn forward here. I'm not going to capture here, but push pawn forward. So let's go target the pawn right now. Opponent cannot really defend the pawn. Let's win the pawn. Let's go grab the pawn. So straight out of the opening, opponent is chilling, but let's see. Let's see. I want to grab this pawn because the pawn is actually being a menace, controlling some squares in my part of the board. And there's also ideas of pushing the pawn forward, just weaken my pawn structure. Pushing the pawn forward here looks good. I'm just going to push forward and maybe get some space in the center. The problem is that this knight landing here, I do not really like. That's an evil knight. Okay, let's go grab the pawn. We're also threatening to win this material or win this knight. Threatening to win the knight. Should I go into an endgame here? Should I go into an endgame here? Why? It's bishop. Bishop, you would like to say the bishop is sad, but is the bishop that sad? Maybe I put my knight here. Yeah, that pawn is also a weakness. Is there a way I start targeting the pawn? That's a pawn I would love to target. Moving my knight here also comes to mind, maybe with ideas of coming here, but I'm not really seeing where I'm putting the knight. Okay, opponent might be looking at this square. Okay, for now, I'm not sure what opponent wants to do. I feel like putting my knight here so I can proceed with developing my piece this way and bring this rook into the game. So let's put the knight here. Watching out for my opponent's move just to make sure I do not blunder something. For now, I'm not blundering anything. Now I'm looking at maybe pushing pawn forward and playing a move like this. Okay. Do I push pawn forward and play a move like this? What do I really gain with that? No, I'm not too sure. Opponent is trying to say, bro, you're not going here. Let's just finish our development so our roots can stay connected. Now, if my opponent plays a move like this, I can push pawn forward and not worry. And now, if my opponent plays a move like this, I think I have a move like this. Don't I? Let's just cross check. Let's double check. I have a move like this. I'm threatening to win this pawn while also hitting the knight. And that's something I'm going to play. Let's see how opponent responds to this. Let's see how my opponent responds to this. Oh, they have that. They have that. Okay. A move like this, I'm also expecting. Just trying to bully my knight. Bully my queen. That's not going to be a surprise. A move like this, I would like to play. It does absolutely nothing. So let's not do that. Opponent might want to play a move like this. So I feel like pushing pawn forward. Just stopping that. I have to be careful, guys, so my queen doesn't get trapped. I have to be very careful before I end up trapping my queen. Let's go here. A move like this. Okay, I was thinking, oh, see a move like that. Where is this knight going? Always want to ask. The knight does not have any forward moves. So, a move like this, I do not care too much about. I feel like pushing pawn forward and trying to create a pass pawn. Let's go forward here. Let's go forward here. Maybe having a pass pawn here won't be bad. A move like this also comes to mind, so I can push pawn forward. Or maybe my opponent can push pawn forward first. So let's say I push pawn forward here. What if my opponent push pawn here? I gain a pawn. Don't I? It's going to be an interesting game to analyze. I gain a pawn, but my pawns are just going to be too weak. And if my opponent plays that move, opponent is just gifting me a pawn. Isn't he? Isn't he just gifting me a pawn? Not really a pawn, but opponent will have a sad pawn structure. I feel like capturing here again. But I think I can also just push my pawn forward. Let's see what opponent comes up with next. I'm asking my opponent to capture here if he wants to. Now, if my opponent plays a move like this, I can capture here with check. The plan here is to try to create pass pawn on this part of the board. If I push pawn forward, my opponent does not have to respond to it. He just doesn't have to respond to that move. That's a move he can just ignore. And a move like this, should I worry about? I want to push pawn forward here now. I want to push pawn forward here. Let's see what opponent plays. Opponent is saying if you capture here, just capture with my queen. Capturing there might not be something I want to do at the moment. So I think I want to play a move like this. Maybe try to undermine this part of the board. Yes, undermine the pawn structure here. Let's go here. I think I like my position now, but in the opening, my opponent surprised me. I'm very interested in analyzing this game. Let's see what happened here. Pushing pawn forward here, just lose materials. It's just going to lose material because one I capture here with check, just grab another pawn. And if opponent captures here, I think I can capture here with check. Okay, for a moment I thought I could capture here again, but that is defended this way. Now I'm looking at this move. What is opponent going to do? So that move coming. So that move coming. So let's say we go here now. I feel like pushing pawn forward here. I'm looking at trying to create a pass pawn here that should start rolling. If my opponent captures here, that's something I would like to see. Opponent is likely not going to capture. I'm looking at playing a move like this. I'm looking at playing a move like this next. Opponent is not going to capture here. So what if I go here? Trying to ask my opponent, please capture there. Makes some sense. Trying to play a move like this, asking my opponent to capture here. So that I capture here. Or maybe capture here and have a pass pawn that is running. Opponent has a time advantage. Looks good for my opponent, I guess. Opponent is offering me a queen trade. Let's go here. Opponent captures, I just capture here. And these pawns are so soft. Pawns are so soft. Alright, I want to make sure I have a pass pawn here. Let's capture this way. That's a pass pawn I'm willing to hold on to. Let's hold on to it. A check here doesn't really do anything. Now I have a pass pawn that the opponent has to watch out for. I'm looking at a move like this. For now, I'm not seeing what I gain with that. Okay, maybe a move like this, just trying to pile up on this, is also not bad. I have to watch out for all of these checks and these checks. But for now, those checks, they do nothing. I feel like just moving away, but I think we can play forcing move like this. I think we can play a forcing move like this. So let's see how my opponent defends that. How are you defending this pawn? How are you defending the pawn? Push pawn forward, I just grab it. Play that move, I just grab here. I can grab here. And after my opponent captures, I can capture here with check. Capture here. Probably just, oh, I can't come back. Okay, yes, I can do all of that. Yes, I think that should be good. My queen is looking at this with this rook. Okay, opponent strikes with that. Opponent strikes me with that. Let's go here. Keeping an eye here. I'm also looking at just offering a trade here. But if I play a move like this, it's just going to be a blunder. Opponent has ×2 of my time, and that's checkmate, guys. The guy just missed checkmate. The guy missed checkmate. The guy shocked me in the opening. Let's take a look. Wow. I played with 92.7% accuracy. Opponent played with 85.7, and position, the game was really equal until the end where my opponent blundered. Position was just in the balance. In the opening, my opponent had the advantage. Wait, was that really good? That was a move. Usually, people just trade here. Yes. Usually, people just trade here, and after that, then they play a move like this. But the guy just played something else. And all of these were correct, but capturing there was not correct. What was the best move here? Just going back. I was kind of afraid my opponent was going to play this. Maybe it does nothing because I can just play a move like this. Yes, I can just play a move like this and I'm just fine. Okay, I didn't do any of that. Instead, I captured here, and my idea here is simple. Now you have a double pawn, and I was thinking I would be able to hold on to this pawn, but that was really wrong. Because opponent just attack the pawn and they win the pawn. They give up the bishop pair there, which the engine is frowning at. Oh, wow. Going back there was the best move, and capturing here the best move. Yes, I found the best move. Going back there, it was a move I actually deliberated on. I was really skeptical about that move, just bringing the queen back, but it was just a solid move, trying to capture this pawn because the pawn is actually a menace, just freezing my pawn structure. And because my opponent has a pawn sitting here, because they have a pawn sitting here, a move like this is actually a threat, because if I push pawn forward, maybe they just capture and they just undouble their weak pawn, which is not something I wanted in the position. Okay, after this trade, was capturing here the best move? Let's see, was capturing there the best move? Yes, capturing the bishop was the best move. I did not go for that. Okay, the engine is calling all of these mistakes. Pushing pawn forward, acceptable. And after this check, decided to double up. Was the best move? Okay, the best move was to double up this way. The engine being silly for some reason. Then, ooh, that was bad. Ooh, that's because my opponent can capture back. But I thought I would be up a pawn. This is what I calculated. Opponent captures here, and I capture here. And after they move away, I think I can capture. Oh, I can't capture there, guys. I can't. If I capture here, that's checkmate. Ooh, so I have to move to h1 now. Well, I would have found it. I wouldn't have blundered that checkmate. That's not a checkmate I would have blundered. I didn't go for that. Instead, my opponent decided not to trade because my opponent think, okay, I'll be down with pawn. And then I'm just threatening a simple move here. Threatening to capture here, deliver checkmate. And my opponent just missed it. And that's just GG's. Let's get another game rolling. The guy is going for the king's pawn opening. Let's go for the French defense. We have the knight variation of the French defense. It usually transposes into the exchange variation, and that's what we have on the board now. Okay, opponent is playing slowly with this move. Opponent doesn't want to get it with this nasty pin. And I'm just going to castle here. Opponent might hit me with this move. Won't be surprised. Okay, I'm just going to capture this way. Opponent is now left with an isolated pawn. A pawn that doesn't have a brother beside it. Okay, move like this comes to mind. And a move like that should not be bad. Just trying to gain a tempo on the bishop, saying there evil bishop. Don't be an evil piece. Let's develop here. Find some squares here. I'm also looking at a move like this. I shouldn't be playing too fast. This is the opening phase. Some people just blunder in the opening. So let's not be in a haste to make our move. I'm looking at playing a move like this. If opponent can push pawn forward, okay, I think then I can go here. This pawn is going to be a sitting target for long. Let's go here. If opponent push pawn forward, I would love to play a move like this, but a move like that does absolutely nothing. Okay, opponent doesn't really have to push the pawn forward. I'm looking at playing a move like this. Should I worry about this getting hit with this? Maybe not. Let's go here. Yes. A move like this, it gains a tempo on my queen, but I'm just going to put my queen here, which is something I think I really want. I want my queen to be on this square. If opponent tries to be silly and play a move like this, I just grab here. And I have a threat here on the board. The threat here is simple. Push pawn forward, ask the evil piece to go away. And once the evil piece goes away, I just capture here. That's the threat. That's the threat. Evil piece, go away. I'm looking at kicking this away. And once my opponent moves it away to some random square, I have this move. And I'm just threatening checkmate like that. And what do we know about pinned pieces? They only give you illusion of defense. So let's play a move like this. Let's play a move like that. Let's see what my opponent is going to do here. Should I worry about moves like this? That's just some silly moves that does nothing. That's some silly moves that does nothing. Okay. Should I worry about getting strike with this move? Ooh. Oh, no. I have this move. If my opponent plays a move like this, we look for a forcing move and we have that. So after a move like this, what should I worry about now? Should I worry about a move like this? Not really. If my opponent goes back here, I just come back here, but then my opponent has this move and it's chaos. So if my opponent goes here, we need to look for a good move. A move like this comes to mind, asking my opponent to capture, and then I capture here. Oh, did I just blunder, guys? Did I just blunder? Oh, what am I even talking about? I'm threatening checkmate. Wait. I'm threatening checkmate, so opponent cannot. Okay, now opponent is blocking that. So a move like this now comes to mind, asking my opponent to decide what are you doing with this piece. A move like this I do not have. I also do not have any of these moves. I think this is a more forcing move. Playing something else is begging for trouble. So let's play this move. Let's play this move. If my opponent hits me with this, that's a piece. If my opponent plays that move, that's also nice. That's a nice move. I would like to play a move like this. Does nothing. A move like this does absolutely nothing. So my opponent just seizing the initiative for the cost of a pawn. I have to be careful. I see a move like this happening. See a move like that happening. I also just feel like capturing here. Opponent can capture here, and after the trade, I really have nothing. I really want to play this move, but for now, I do not have it. I also would like to play a move like this, trying to go for checkmate here. I do not have it at the moment. So let's just go back here. Ooh. Can we go back here? I really want to go back here. But isn't this just a fork? Isn't that just a fork? It is a fork, guys. Just going to be a fork. I think opponent is seizing the initiative. Opponent is seizing the initiative. I hate that my opponent is seizing the initiative. Guy is seizing the initiative. Hope I'm not even getting trapped. I'm looking at coming back here. A move like this is just going to walk into this fork. What if I just ignore everything and play a move like this? Opponent just captures there. So I do not have that move. So let's say we go back here. Our opponent is using the initiative badly. A move like this evil knight can start hopping in here, taking advantage of the pin here. Okay, I'm up a pawn at the end of the day. I think for all of these troubles, I can say I have a pawn. This is a move I would really love to play, but I do not have it. A move like this. The reason I didn't go for that. Let's go here. Oh my goodness. I should have just gone back here. Okay. The reason I was saying that is that my opponent has this move and it's just going to be a fork, guys. It's going to be a fork. I can't capture here because there's a pin here. Okay, opponent decides to capture that way. For the cost of a pawn, I think my opponent has some nasty initiative on the board. So that move coming from 100 miles away. The move looks fancy, but I think that's it. Let's go away. I can't capture here, which is what I was explaining. I'm looking at playing a move now like this. Is it still a fork? Still a fork, guys. But then maybe I may have a move like this at the end of the day. Should I worry about my opponent sacrificing here? My goodness me. My goodness me. Oh my goodness. I can't capture there. This is brutal, guys. This is brutal. This is just brutal. If I capture there, my opponent captures here, and the threat is simple. Checkmate here. Wow, I'm getting crushed. How do I even survive this? How do we survive this? A move like this is just a strong move. I think I can get away playing a move like this, can I? If opponent captures here, I'm going to capture here. If opponent goes for this check, I just capture here. I think I should survive. And if opponent plays that, I think I want to play a move like this. I can capture here. If opponent captures here, I capture here. Looks dangerous. Let's say I capture here. If opponent captures here and then I capture here, it looks dangerous. But aside from being dangerous, is there anything I should be worried about? Well, now I'm not seeing what to be worried about. After all, I have a move like this. Maybe my opponent just made a mistake. Let's say I capture here. Opponent captures here, or what else? Then I capture here. If opponent captures here, I have a move like this, and that's just keeping all of this defended. Not the ideal position on the board, but let's go. Hope I'm not missing something. Oh, but opponent can capture with check. Opponent can capture with check. I'm just running like this. I'm just running away. I think opponent miscalculated something there, but let's see. Although my king is just naked. King is naked. If opponent plays that move, this is what I'm calculating. This is exactly what I'm looking at. Pin everything defended like this. Let's go for this pin. Let's go for this pin. I like this pin. I'm also looking at just playing a move like this and just winning this piece. Wow, looks like I'm back in the game. I think the guy messed something up. This analysis is going to be really fine to look. It's going to be a very interesting analysis to look at. Wow. I was getting destroyed. I was just getting blown off the board. Getting blown off the board. Let's go attack something here. Attack this rook while threatening to capture here next. I'm also threatening to go here checkmate. I think I'm just going, I feel like just sacking material, to be honest. I feel like just sacking material and easing the pressure on the board. But maybe not necessary. Maybe we can play a move like this. Just keep by. Okay, opponent captures there. Our opponent captures there. I'm up 7 points of material now. This is just amazing. Let's go grab here. That is defended. by my knight. Opponent can capture here and say, okay, I'm going for this. Problem is, if opponent captures here, I'm going to just capture here and capture here. I'm going to land this check. And I'm also threatening to go for this check. Okay, opponent can move the king. Opponent can just move the king. Move the king away. I feel like moving my king here, but that will just allow this check. So I think I am going to move my king here. And I'm looking at playing this check next. Wow. Let's bring the last piece into the game, and we are bringing it in with a check. So that move coming from 100 miles away. Give me that. Look at that checkmate, guys. Look at that checkmate. Look at that checkmate. Wow. Wow. Let's take a look at this game. I was getting blown off the board. Or it felt like I was getting blown off the board. And I was not really getting blown off the board. You can see the graph. From the graph, it was just +1 for my opponent, but it felt like +5 for my opponent. I won't lie. It felt like +5 for my opponent. I played with 93.4% accuracy. Opponent played with 79.1. Let's quickly dive into the game and see what went wrong. Opponent was just locked into his attack, and once the mistakes start coming in, okay, going there was bad. Let's learn. I face this a lot, and I usually like playing a move like this because it just comes with a tempo on my opponent's bishop. So what's the best move here? Best move is to play this. What's the idea behind that? Wait. Many people are not going to play that silly move. Many people are going to block this way. I think maybe we follow up with this check. I think that's it. Maybe we are just going to gain a bunch of tempo on the queen, on the king, developing pieces. Okay, I think that's the idea. So let's go back to the game review. After this move, grab a pawn. Opponent played this move, and I went here, and that was a blunder. That was the beginning of my problems. That was a blunder. Okay, I think maybe the best move would have been this. Let's see. Yes, that's the best move. Just offering a queen trade. Oh, for some reason, I just thought I couldn't even move there. Instead, I moved somewhere else. My opponent found an amazing move. He followed it up with another amazing move. And I thought that was a mistake. Maybe I was thinking my opponent could play a move like this. Just go for this immediately and win material. But that's a blunder. Oh, that's a piece. But why didn't I capture there earlier? Wait. Oh. My opponent, okay, my opponent played that. I thought it was my move now. Okay, my opponent captured. If my opponent had went for this move, I can go grab there. I think that's the issue with that move. I can just go capture there. Now my opponent plays the move. Saved my piece. Opponent sack there. Wow, I had to find that defensive move because, guys, remember what I told you guys in the game. If I had captured here, opponent, which is the engine says is also the best move. But how do I survive this? Is the engine going crazy? How do I survive this? Oh, look at this. Capture here and keep this defended. That's the only way I survive it. I missed that move. I really missed that move. But the move I played also was a great move. I think the move I played in the position was a great move. Opponent doesn't capture. And now I capture here. And I am brave. Capture another piece. I'm just brave. And it's the best move. And then I play a move like this. Just keeping everything defended here. Although my king is naked, but my pieces are defending my king very well. I went for this pin. And then I went for this move. Trying to play a forcing move. Gaining the tempo on this piece. While also hitting this. And it's just an amazing move. Because my opponent cannot really defend against these two threats at the same time. Opponent moves their rook. I just captured it. I wasn't expecting my opponent to capture, but he traded. The endgame was just crushing for me. The endgame was crushing for me. After this move, you might be wondering why my opponent played that move. The reason my opponent played this move is because I'm trading to land a check here, which is going to be a fork. What do we know about pinned pieces? They only give you an illusion of defense. So this pawn is not really defending this square because the pawn is pinned. And I'm also trading to land a check here, capture here. So that's why my opponent moved away. And then I found this move, and the idea is straightforward. Land a check here, force the king here. And that's exactly what I did. My opponent played a move like this. Opponent was happy. Okay, I'm just going to capture one of these pieces. And if I move my knight away now, maybe they say, Well, I can easily just move my knight here, but I'm not sure what my opponent was calculating. My opponent was just completely lost at this point in time, and that was a beautiful checkmate. Let's get another game rolling. Wow, we are now 2-2, guys. We are now rated 2200. Okay, playing and follow 2200. Let's go for the king's pawn opening. Opponent is going for the Caro-Kann, and I'm looking at playing the Von Hennig gambit. A gambit I should really study and know what I'm doing in. Let's go here. And let's strike here. Ask my opponent, capture there if you will. Capture there if you will. Usually they capture here and I play a move like this. Some people just give back material. This is a very common mistake at the beginner level. I'm not expecting my opponent to make that mistake. But so far so good. I like what I'm seeing on the board. I like what I'm seeing on the board. Now I'm just interested in just castling my king side. And I expect my opponent to castle on the king side. And then I come up with an amazing attack on my opponent's king. Let's go here. Let's see if my opponent knows the game plan here. They have to play a move like this. Because if they don't, they can capture here. Maybe if they don't, maybe they can play a move like this. So let's see what they come up with here. Let's see what my opponent comes up with here. My opponent is playing this move saying if you move your queen, opponent is saying if you move your queen, that will be a pawn. Opponent finds the best move. Capturing here is a move, but a move like this just ruin everything for me. If I capture here, which I like to do, which I want to do right now, problem is my opponent can play a move like this. That's a big problem. And I'll just be left with I'll be left with a position I do not really like. But I usually like to capture here, but for today or for now, we'll just stay away from that move. So let's go here. Let's keep this defended. Let's keep that pawn defended. So opponent has a pawn advantage, but I have a massive lead in development. And I'm looking at taking advantage of it and using it for an attack. A move like this comes to mind. Ask my opponent to capture, and I capture here with check. Opponent can block. The opponent is chilling, guys. Moving here feels like the saddest move to play. So I feel like just moving here. Let's move here. Capturing here comes to mind, but do I really want to capture there? My opponent hasn't castled. And because my opponent has not castled, that's a move I'm really skeptical about. Because if I go capture here now, opponent can capture here, and all of a sudden, this rook is looking at my king side, and the rook is being very annoying. All right, let's go here. I see my opponent capturing here now. I'm just going to recapture here. I have the threat of coming here. And this pawn is just going to support my knight here. Okay, opponent doesn't do any of that. I still feel like capturing here does nothing for me. So what else am I moving to? Okay, let's bring this rook that is not really doing anything in the game. Let's bring it into the game. Opponent cannot really move this knight. The moment you move that knight is chaos. The moment you move the knight is chaos, because I can just land checkmate here. I think I'm liking my position here, won't lie. Sacrificing here comes to mind. Sacrificing there, not seeing what I really get with. Okay, let's say we move back here. Why do we want to move back there? I feel like sacking here and then landing a check here. But the king goes here. Or maybe they push pawn forward here. Let's say we sack here. Opponent captures here. I land a check here because pin pieces do not protect. Only give you illusion of defense. I land a check here. If opponent push pawn forward here, what am I doing? I'm not seeing what I get with that. It's just a sacrifice. I wish I have maybe another knight that can land here. It would have been an amazing plan. This is a nasty plan I really want to go for. Simply saying my opponent's king is going to be stuck on the center of the board for long. Let's go there. I'm going there. I am going there. So what if we go here next? What if we land this check? Let's land the check. Let's see what opponent is up to. A move like this, I won't be surprised to see. That's not a move I will be surprised to see. Let's see what opponent plays here. The good thing here is that my opponent's king is stuck on the center of the board and it's going to remain that way for some time. Even though my opponent is up a full piece. Yeah, saw that move coming. Although for now that is defended, but a move opponent has to watch out for always. Also, a move like this comes to mind. A move like this also comes to mind. There's a pin on this piece. I would love to go here, continue a pin here, but we just do not have it. Let's go here. Let's go here. If opponent captures here, I have this check. A check like this also looks like an interesting check, but the check does nothing. So let's see. A move like this comes to mind. I expect my opponent will play a move like this. And I'm just going to capture here. Though my opponent get a lot of pieces for their... As the pieces are leaving the board, opponent is chilling. As pieces are leaving the board here, opponent is simply chilling. So let's go attack this queen. So there, evil queen, move away. Move away, evil queen. This rook is not joining the game. The rook is not contributing to the game. What more can I ask for? A move like this comes to mind. A move like that we do not have at the moment. So let's go here. Let's go there. Let's see how my opponent responds. I'm looking at capturing here next. That's what I'm looking at doing next. Go away. So I'm demolishing my opponent here. I am demolishing this guy. Opponent just walked into a pin. A move like this also comes to mind. That queen not trapped. Okay, the queen is not trapped. The queen has all of this diagonal to move into. Okay, this square. But I think I have a move like this. The threat here is simple. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Also, I can just capture here. Ask my opponent to capture, and then I come here with check. That's a move, guys. We can capture here. We can simply capture here. Ask my opponent to capture this way. Then I capture a check. Opponent goes here. That looks like a nice move. Okay, what if I just go here and just capture here? That should not be bad. A move like this should not be bad. Hit the queen. So I can just go capture here. Opponent cannot really defend the queen, or can he? Yes, he can defend the queen this way. He can defend the queen that way. Can he? Then I can sack here, land a check here. I know I should be winning material here. Let's take time and think about the position. I can capture here, simple, that's straightforward, and just win material like this. I can play a move like this, and how am I not winning material there? I also can play a move like this. If opponent goes here, then I sack here, and after the trade, then I go capture here with check. And come back here. I think everything is winning here. A move like this comes to mind, but what if I play a move like this? I think I prefer this move. What if I just capture here and then capture here with check? Let's go for the easy route. Let's just go for this. Let's go for this. As ooh. Oh my god. Look at what I did. Oh my god. Oh oh. How did I miss this? How did I miss this? Oh my god. I had 100 moves to win there. I found the only move that doesn't win. And you can see there in the graph. Played with 72.4% accuracy. Opponent played with 81.9. Oh, shit. Let's quickly take a look at that. I think the longest line where I calculated there was just crushing for me. I think the other line was completely winning, but I just decided not to go for it. This is a Von Henny gambit. My opponent was keeping the king on the center of the board. I decided to sacrifice there. Not a brilliant move, but practically speaking, a move that is not too easy for my opponent to handle. And all of a sudden, opponent's position is now equal now. Then I found this move. Okay, that's an inaccuracy. This is the move I calculated, which is the best move. Opponent has to play a move like this or play some random move. I expect they will play a move like this. And then I can capture here with check. Oh my god. Look at how I lost that. I calculated all of this, but I just did not go for it. This is some of this. These are some of the reasons why I'm still stuck here. Oh, this is sad, guys. This is sad. And now I can even go for this line of just capturing this pawn, and I'm just up material. I can play some other moves like this, and asking my opponent if you move this, I have this move, just pinning this. Oh, oh, that was a painful loss. Let's get another game rolling. I calculated it, but I just decided not to go for chaos. Oh, okay, playing someone from the United Kingdom. Let's go for the French defense. Let's see what opponent is up to here. Opponent is going for the Tarrage variation. Lose Tarrage. Let's go here. A move like this, I'm expecting. And a move like this in the French defense is usually good. I think maybe we should go for it now. Yes, that's a move. Now I'm happy to recapture this wave. Opponent captures here, I have no issues. I'm also looking at putting my bishop here on this long diagonal and just castling. Do I have the Greek gift sacrifice here? Opponent, okay, I don't. Opponent can play this move at the end, keep everything defended. So I do not have the Greek gift sacrifice there. Opponent also doesn't have the Greek gift sacrifice. That square is defended this way. A move like this comes to mind. A move like this also comes to mind. But if is opponent going to capture, let's not be in a haste. I'm looking at playing a move like this already. For this knight, I'm looking at playing a move like this. And I'm also looking at just sacrificing here. Those are two things I'm looking at. I'm looking at going here. And opponent might say, okay, all of that is defended. But I'm looking at sacrificing here. And after my opponent captures, I can capture here. And I'm threatening to just come back here. Or I can go here, check, ask my opponent to move away. And then withdraw my knight. Because if my opponent moves here, that's going to be checkmate. Okay, let's go here. Let's see what opponent comes up with. A move like this, I think it's just a free pawn. A move like that also looks very good. Do I continue to sacrifice material here? Ask my opponent to capture and then play a move like this. I'm already loving the position. Let's say I sacrifice here, which is something I really want to do. Opponent captures here. And then I go here. Opponent can capture here. That's the sad part. Okay, so let's say I sacrifice here. Opponent captures here. And then I go here. I see my opponent playing a move. Okay, I see my opponent playing a move like this. So if we sacrifice here, this is a critical position. Sacrificing here is something I want to play. I sacrifice here, opponent plays a move like this. If I go here, opponent can capture this way, and I have nothing. So after the sacrifice, opponent plays this move. I really want to go here. That's a move I really want to play, but looks like I do not have it. Can I sack here? Ask my opponent to capture. Then I come here with a check. And the king just move here. King can really move there. And I don't have it. I think I'm going to sack here regardless. Yes. And then play a move like this. The threat here is to land a check here and pick up this bishop. Opponent has a ruined king side already. I have no issues with that. The opponent played that. Ooh, guys. Why am I seeing? What am I doing, guys? Why am I seeing things that are not on the board? Why am I seeing things that are not on the board? What am I doing? What am I playing today? What am I really playing today? Sad position, guys. This is sad position. It's just a sad position. Why am I saying things that are not on the board? Just got to 2-2 and I'm down a lot of rating points already. I think opponent should play a move like this. Opponent plays that. Can't I play a move like this? I have an attack here. So it seems, looks like I have an attack here. So let's keep the fire burning. I expect my opponent to capture here, but opponent is kind of skeptical about going there. Opponent would love to trade queens. I have an attack going on, but if my opponent doesn't make mistake, the attack is doing nothing. That's an attack that does absolutely nothing. Capturing that comes to mind. Opponent is looking at this pawn and also this pawn. Ouch. And this pawn I do not want to lose. I think I can hold on to everything this way. I would love to just play an attacking move. An attacking move I do not really have. I would love to just ignore everything and push pawn forward here. But what do I get with that? Opponent just captures here and win material here. So let's go back here. Let's keep it defended this way. Guys, I just messed that up. Even sacrificing and just withdrawing my pieces back and not even trying to force anything should be good for me. It should be okay for me. Opponent is up 4 points of material. My attack, I cannot prove. Not prove any attack here. Move like this comes to mind. Move like that just does nothing aside from just lose material. I really want to just push pawn forward here. What do I expect from my opponent? Pushing pawn forward there is what I really want to do. Asking my opponent to capture here, but the queen just joined the party that way. So let's capture here. That is pinned. A move like this now comes to mind, but this is a problem. That is a problem because it is not defended. If I play a move like this, it's no longer going to be defended. That's the issue here. That's the issue here. This queen is actually a menace. Looking at this, holding on to everything in my opponent's position. I want to sack here. After the sacrifice, what am I getting? Absolutely nothing. I really need to work on my tactics. Can't be missing some of the stuff I'm missing. Can't be missing some of the stuff I'm missing. Let's play moves like this. Opponent is looking at playing a move like this. I really do not want to trade, but can we avoid it? Oh, his opponent, this guy. Should we just resign? I think we should be looking for the resign button. I think this is GG's. Let's resign, guys. Let's resign. Guys, this was a painful loss. Let's take a look at the analysis. A very painful loss. How did I lose that game? And I even had a brilliant move. I have a brilliant move here, and it was the rook sacrifice. It was really the rook sacrifice. Yes, the rook sacrifice was a brilliant move. Let's quickly see what went wrong there. What did I do wrong? Guys, I can't be losing games like this. I need to get to 2-2 before I end this video. And if you are watching the video, you are yet to like the video. Now is the time. Like the video. Look at that. That's just weakening my king side. And I actually looked on this move. I looked on this move, asking my opponent to capture here and landing check here. I just thought my opponent is escaping, but I think that's actually the best move on the board. That is the best move on the board. And after this check, and position is relatively equal, even though my opponent is up 4 points of material. What if opponent goes here? Oh, if opponent goes here, okay, I thought that was checkmate. But wait, let's see. It's getting interesting because opponent would like to move here. What's the best move here? C4. C4. Ooh, ask my opponent to move this bishop. After my opponent moves the bishop, what else? E5. Wow. Some stockfish stuff, some stockfish lines. I just did not see all of this. But I actually looked on sacrificing here, but maybe I would have missed it. But then instead I played a move like this, and the threat here is simple. I want to come back here, capture here, and it's going to be a fork. But look at me, guys. I missed this move. How am I missing this kind of moves? And it's just GG's from here. It is just GG's from here. I tried my best, but opponent was just not opponent was not letting me back into the game. And when you are winning, what do you want to do? You want to trade material. Opponent went for the trade, and I just had to find the resign button. Let's get another game started. I need to start winning, guys. Let's start winning. Okay, playing a 295 from, is that Czech Republic? Yes, that's Czech Republic. Let's go for the French defense. Opponent is going for the exchange variation. Wants to take the live out of, okay, but they're playing it very aggressively with this move. A move like this comes to mind. I would like to play a move like this, but I suspect my opponent is going to hit there. Capturing here comes to mind. Asking my opponent to move again. Yes, let's capture here. Let's say move again. And then I play a move like this and just castle my king. Just castle my king. Yes, let's castle. A move like this now comes to mind. I suspect my, okay. Suspected my opponent would like to play something else. This move is interesting. That's a move I need to watch out for. Let's kick this piece away first. Opponent might play a move like this. I see that move coming. I think I want to develop into this square. Just trying to stop my opponent from playing any silly moves. That's something I'm looking at. Playing a move like this does nothing. A move like this, trying to pin my opponent, looks like an interesting move. It looks like an interesting move. Should I worry about my opponent playing a move like this? I think I can get away with playing a move like this. But if I play a move like this, I suspect my opponent is going to push pawn forward. And then I'm just going to come back. So if I play a move like this, what if my opponent ignores that and play a move like this? I think I have this and I should be fine. So let's go here. Opponent might play a move like this. I'm just going back here. And after the trade, I really do not mind trading here. Opponent has an isolated pawn. And in an endgame, that pawn might just be a weakness. Okay, let's go here. I wanted to play a move like this, but guess what, guys? Guess what? The moment I play a move like this, opponent plays a move like this, and it's just a bunch of threats. It's a lot of threats on the board. Let's do this move. Keep this solid so I can move my queen if I need to. And let's play a move like this. I see my opponent landing here. I see my opponent playing that. Not a move I really like, but what am I doing? That is that the move that my opponent decides to play? Bro, that move. Now I already feel like playing a move like this, but that will be losing my piece. So we do not want to lose that. Playing a move like this is just going to leave me with an isolated pawn. What about playing a move like this? That's not going to allow me this. If I play a move like this, I need to make sure I know that this is not defended. Have it in mind that that is just not defended. So let's say I play a move like this. I suspect my opponent is just going to land a knight here. What if I just capture here? Remove that knight altogether. Let's go. Let's just capture there. And then play a move like this. I'm hitting this and I'm hitting this, but this is already defended. I do not want to give my opponent the initiative. That's why I captured there. Because I would have been on the defensive, opponent playing moves like this, hopping their knight here, and just if I can't even capture that way. So I would have been on the defensive. So I did not want to be on the defensive. That's why I played that move. A move like this, I won't be surprised to see. I would like to play a move like this, but that's just giving up material. So let's see what opponent comes up with next. I really want to strike this way, hit this evil piece. So let's say we strike here. Where's my opponent moving that? Are they going to move forward? So let's say we strike here. Piece is going to move here. No, not there. The piece is going to move here. Yes, I see that move coming. If I play a move like this, opponent is going to play a move like this. And if I play a move like this, opponent is going to push pawn forward. I really feel like just pushing pawn forward as well. This will be under attack. I have a knight sitting here. That will be under attack. And not a move I really like. So maybe swinging this rook here is not also a bad move. Let's swing the rook here. This is not really looking comfortable for my opponent. So let's see how my opponent deals with it. A move like this I would like to play. For now, that's just offering my opponent a piece. I do not want to offer my opponent any piece. Opponent strikes with that move. Now I'm just looking at playing a move like this. I can capture here, opponent can capture here, and it's chaos. Wait. If I capture here, opponent captures here. If I capture here, opponent is going to capture with the queen. So we do not want that. So if I play a move like this, opponent is going to pin me. I also might not want that. Also might not want that. So what if I play a move like this? Ask my opponent to give the bishop if they will. After they give the bishop, I think I have a move like this. Let's look on this position. I play a move like this. If opponent captures here, it is GG's. I play a move like this, opponent is just going to hit me with this evil pin, and I'm unable to capture here. So that's not what I want. And the opponent will be threatening to play a move like this, trying to take advantage of the pinned piece. And I do not want that. Pushing pawn forward, okay. Let's say we go here. Let's go here. Let's see what opponent comes up with next. Opponent can still play a move like this. I do not really mind. Pushing pawn forward might be something my opponent is also considering. A move like this first, I also would not be surprised to see on the board. Pushing pawn forward looks interesting, but let's see what my opponent gets with that. Oh, that's under attack. I was thinking of playing a move like this. I was thinking of playing a move like that. Let's go here. It's this rook. And I'm also threatening all kinds of stuff here with this check. So let's see what opponent comes up with. And I really want to capture here. Can't we? Yes, we can, but I don't think I want to do that. Let's capture here. I want this to be intact. What if opponent plays a move like this? I think we have a move like this. Was it my piece trapped? Is it my piece just getting trapped? So let's go here. Opponent cannot really capture here. I have this check and I'm just picking up a queen. I have that check and I should be picking up a queen. Okay, opponent plays that move. Like piling up here again. And opponent just play a move like this. If I capture here, opponent can capture here. Not a move I really fancy or like. Not a move I would like to see on the board. Let's activate this piece again. A move like this is not surprising. I'm just going to capture here. Opponent plays a move like this. I'm just going to capture here. This knight is actually a nightmare. But what if my opponent pins my knight? Did I really consider that move? Ooh. Opponent can pin my knight. Opponent plays that move. Can't I capture here? I can capture here. Ask my opponent to capture here. And then I land a check here. King comes here. I land a check. I land a check here. The king comes here. I have a check here. A discovered check and I'm winning material. I think we have this move. Let's just look on the move again. I land a check here. I land this move. So what if my opponent plays a move like this? I think then I have this move. So let's capture here. Let's see what opponent plays here. Opponent might be saying there's no smaller checkmate, and that's correct because after I sack my opponent is losing his queen. Because after I check here, the king is forced here, and I have a check here. That's a discovered check on the king. That's just going to be a discovered check on the king. And I should be able to capture here. I think material should still be equal, or so it seems. Okay, opponent can sack now. Opponent should sack now. Okay, but material is not equal. I'm up 2 points of material. I'll be up 2 points of material. But there's still games to be played here. There is still some game to be played here. Opponent can play a move like this. If I go here and try to land a smaller checkmate, this square is defended. So my knight cannot really land here. But the moment my opponent plays a move like this, I have this move. Yes, opponent had to sack there. Opponent had to sack there. I'm threatening to pick this up. Opponent cannot really defend that. Looks like I should be up 3 points of material very soon. You can see opponent actually play this move in a haste, which is why sometimes when your opponent hits you with a move like this, when your opponent hits you with a move that you think they cannot play, but your opponent regardless of what you thought, your opponent played the move, you want to take your time and ask yourself, wait, is there something my opponent is seeing that I am not seeing? Is there something I'm missing? That looks nice. That looks nice. Okay, I thought I have a move like this and winning material, but I think I have a move like this and asking some questions. So a move like this comes to mind. I'm not seeing what I gain with all of that. Opponent would like to hit me with this move. I know that. That's not a very comfortable move for my opponent. Let's play a move like this. But I think my opponent is going to hit me with this move regardless. So and win a pawn here. So let's play a move like this. I have ideas of going here, going here. That's something I'm looking on. Opponent is saying no to that. Let's go here regardless. But what if opponent hits my queen with their knight? That's a possibility. So let's not be in a haste to make a blunder. So I want to play a move like this. A move like this also comes to mind. Just trading material. I think this should be better. I think that should be a better move. That should be a better move. I won't be surprised to see a move like this. But let's see what opponent comes up with. If my opponent plays a move like this, I think I have to find a move. I have to find a move like this, but then my opponent can capture here. Like trading material here. Like trading this for this too. What do I really get here? Nothing much. So let's go here. Opponent can play a move like this. I have this move. And I think I'm okay. Ooh. So I am going to get this and this, or this and this. That's crazy, guys. That's just crazy. But if I don't do that, what do I get now? Okay, what if I capture your opening captures here? If I capture the opening has a check. All right. I have 8 points of material. So now, oh, not really. I thought I had like 9 points of material. Okay, that's 9 minus, wait. What was I up here? 2 points of material. So I just lost 1 point of material. Okay, it makes sense. I just lost 1 point of material. Going here is just going to walk into an opposite colored bishop endgame. Not something I think I would appreciate here. But I do not appreciate it. But where am I going? Let's go here. Now this is an endgame grind. This is an endgame grind. I think that move just asked for trouble. I think opponent has to be careful. That might get trapped here. It's trapped now. Piece is trapped now, but opponent has this evil move. Wow. Guys, looks like this is just heading towards a draw. I hate that this is a draw. I really hate that this is a draw. And I'm also running low on time. This is a draw. This is heading towards a draw. Oh, I think I messed it up. I really messed it up. Opponent doesn't really want to trade it, yeah? I also would like to keep pieces on the board and try to fight for a win, but I have no win, yeah? I have no win. I'm just getting flagged. Opponent wants to flag me. I have just 49 seconds, so I need to move fast. I need to move fast. I got too careless there. And I thought trading my queen for that should be okay for me. That's what I thought. Just wasn't okay. A move like this comes to mind. Let's go here. Opponent is saying, this. Oh my god. Just blundered a pawn. But I think I should get it back. I should get it back. A move like this, won't be surprised to see. Because if my opponent plays a move like this, I have this move. A move like that comes to mind. Just making sure my opponent cannot access this square. I'm lost here. I lost on time, nothing else. Oh, opponent has this move. Oh, I just lost on time. That was interesting. That was just an amazing game from my opponent. My time. Guys, I'm tilting. I'm just tilting. Wow. Let's take a look. I think I had a brilliant move there. I haven't had two brilliant moves and still lost. Crazy, guys. That was a brilliant move. What was the next brilliant move? Okay, that was just... Okay, that was the next brilliant move. The position was equal now. And then I messed it up. Let's see what happened in the opening phase of the game. Okay, it was an exchange French defense. Nothing crazy going on. Looks like I won't be ending this video until I get to 2-2. Let's try getting back to 2-2. Capturing there, not bad. Position was equal. French, exchange French. And my knight still being there. Position was still equal. I should have captured with the rook, I guess. I did not. Just have to be careful, guys. Just have to be careful. My opponent found it was just an easy move. It was a very easy move to find. And just like that, we had an equal end game, but I thought I was trapping this. Opponent captures there, but I'm not trapping nothing. I'm trapping nothing. And the opponent had gone for opposite colored bishop endgame. It would have been an easy endgame to play. Though since I'm running out of time, not the easiest. Position is equal now, but I'm running out of time. Okay. I should have played a move like this, I guess. Just hold on to that pawn, not let my opponent play this move. Alright, let's get another game rolling. Wow, guys, I'm just losing and losing. I need to start winning, guys. We have lost some rating points now. Let's see. This account is new. I think I'm not going to play this account. I'll rather pass. Let's get another game rolling. Opponent is going for the Sicilian. Let's go for the open Sicilian. And opponent is going for the accelerated dragon. Accelerated dragon. Some dragon lines. I think capturing here should be a way to go. So I'm looking at playing that move very soon. So let's capture here. I see my opponent playing a move like this, but before that, I'm just going to castle now. A move like this looks good. This queen, I would like to question the queen by maybe playing a move like this, but maybe it doesn't work. Let's go here. Opponent would like to play a move like, okay, that's what I thought. Thought opponent would like to play a move like that, but I guess I was wrong. I would like to attack this, but how do I attack it? Playing a move like this feels sad, so I do not want to play that. I think I'm going to play a move like this, just trying to stop my opponent from playing this move and just gaining unnecessary tempo on my queen. See what my opponent is going. See where my opponent is going with that. I see it. I see it, but I think at the end of the line, I should be able to land some nice discovered attack. I think this is the discovered attack I would like to land. I think that's the one I would like to land. Let's go here. Go away, evil queen. Evil queen, just go away. Can't we play this move? That will be a pawn, isn't it? Let's go here. That will be a pawn, but I think I'm giving it up. I think I'm giving that pawn up on purpose. Let's see how my opponent. I think my opponent is going to capture the pawn. I'm also looking at landing a knight here. Going for this fork. Fork doesn't seem to do nothing, but maybe I get the bishop pair. Probably get the bishop pair. So I'm looking at playing a move like this. Let's go here. Let's see what opponent comes up with. A move like this I'm not expecting. A move like this I expected. And I'm just looking at capturing here. And then going here. But going there doesn't really do much. I feel like going here now. I feel like going there now. A move like this comes to mind. A move like that does nothing as well. I feel like going here. But the rook has this square. And then when I go here, this pawn, that's not a pawn I really want to lose. That's not really a pawn I want to lose. So let's just play a move like this. Just making sure this bishop is looking at the rook here. A move like this, I think, is just a one move threat that my opponent can just move away from. So let's stay away from that. If my opponent push pawn forward, I'm looking at sacking here. It doesn't work because my opponent can capture this way. That's the reason it doesn't work. I'm looking for a nice discovered attack with on this knight. I'm not seeing a nice discovered attack on the knight. Right, let's go here first. I'm looking at attacking this. I expect my opponent not to move it because it is defended. But maybe a move like this is just going to make my opponent to move it. My opponent plays a move like this. I'm just going to capture here and trade here next. Ooh, I told you guys I was expecting my opponent not to move it because it is defended. That's exactly what my opponent decided to do. My opponent decided not to move it. I really want to play a move like this, but my opponent is going to play this move. I see that move happening. I see my opponent playing this move and forcing my bishop into this diagonal, I guess. So let's say I play a move like this. What is my opponent going to respond with? I'm attacking this. My opponent responds with this move. I think I can just still go back. Yes, let's put the bishop here. I don't want to put the bishop in a square where it is hanging. Let's put the bishop here. Maybe opponent plays this move. That's a crazy move to play. I do not expect that from my opponent. I don't expect that, but let's see. A move like this, they can. Okay. The guy is crazy, guys. I did not expect that because I thought my opponent was not a crazy guy. The guy is a crazy guy. Guy is going crazy. Capturing here looks like it makes sense, but probably doesn't make any sense. Opponent seems to be gaining momentum. A move like this also comes to mind with intention of going here. A move like that, this guy is just gaining forward momentum with his pawns. Let's go here. I'm looking at a move like this and like this, but my opponent is not going to stay here. I do not expect him staying here. And even if I'm able to play that move, doesn't really do much for me. I'm also looking at playing a move like this, trying to trade here. But how do I get my attack rolling? How do I get my attack rolling? Alright, let's go for this pin. That's a pin I like. What if we go here next instead? Opponent is just going to push this pawn forward. See that move happening? Can't I just capture here? And then capture here with ideas of just supporting this way? That looks good. So let's say I play a move like this, but I also want to hold on to my bishop pair. But holding on to my bishop pair might just be too expensive. So let's play a move like this. Because holding on to my bishop pair while my pieces are just very inactive might be too expensive for me. Might be too expensive to do. Alright, let's strike here immediately. Let's strike here. If opponent push pawn, I capture. If you capture here, I can capture here. And these pawns are just looking too weak. Looking really weak. I think this is a very good move. That's a very good move. But opponent can play a move like this. If I capture here, I expect him to capture here. I'm looking at just going for this pin. And if opponent plays that move, I'm looking at capturing here. I'm looking at capturing here. But what if my opponent doubles up on the piece? That's the problem. I can capture here. My opponent doubles up. I can defend this way. That's a pawn I really want to grab. Opponent cannot triple up. So if I capture here, what if opponent plays move like this now comes to mind? Let's go for this pin. Opponent is building the time advantage again. I'm looking at capturing here. But opponent can double up here. And if I defend it this way, position is crazy, guys. I don't think I want to walk into that chaos. I do not think I want to walk into the chaos. Last time I said that, I just made a mistake. Let's play a move like this. Let's try to activate this rook. Rook has been inactive. I'm also looking at playing a move like this. A move like this, my opponent would like to play if they can. Trying to go for some chaos. Let's go here. What if I capture with the rook? At least I'm not getting pinned. That makes sense. That makes sense. But I think my opponent can pin me this way. That also makes sense as well. Check here looks like a nice check, but that's a check that does absolutely nothing. I'm looking at capturing this way. If I capture this way, at least I'm not getting pinned. That's what I'm simply saying. I'm also looking at piling up on the pawn this way. Although this pawn is a weak pawn now, my opponent might just decide to go for that pawn instead. This pawn is very weak. Thanks to that pawn. What if I just sack here? And when opponent captures here, I capture here. That's something I'm looking at. You see what my opponent is saying here? Let me show you what my opponent is saying. Opponent is saying if you capture here, I have this check and I'm just picking this queen up. But what if I capture here? You capture here, I capture here. Let's go here. Am I missing something? Opponent can capture here. I'm just going to capture here. I have no issues. I have absolutely no issues with that. Opponent sacks his queen. And I'm giving back the queen. I'm saying we are in the business of sacrificing queens here. We'll grab the queen. Okay, this is under attack. Opponent has some annoying pawn structure on the center of the board. Those pawns are annoying. But the good thing is that this pawn is falling. Opponent cannot really stop that pawn from falling. I saw that move coming, but I'm going to hold on to my pawn this way. Because I'm greedy. Let's hold on to my pawn this way. This pawn is still going to fall regardless. Let's go here. And let's go here. Ready to capture here. Bro, position is crazy, guys. I'm looking on capturing here. If I capture here, opponent captures there. So that move coming. Yes, we have to play a move like this now. I really wish to win this piece. I'm not seeing how I do that. I'm not seeing how I win that piece. So that move coming. I think we need to play a move like this. Oh, we can't. If I play a move, opponent wants to play this move. And if I capture here, it's crazy. What if I don't capture there? I think we should play a move like this. The pass pawns might decide this game. I hate those pass pawns. Guys. This guy. Opponent push pawn forward. Can't I capture there? For a moment, I thought I could just capture there. Let's land a check here. Opponent is winning on time. Opponent has a time advantage. Not something I really appreciate here. Not something I appreciate here. Time advantage. Has a time advantage here. Where do I move to? I see my opponent playing a move like this. I feel like playing a move like this. Please, now I have a pass pawn that might be running. Opponent can play a move like this, which I do not like. For a moment, I thought my opponent wanted to capture there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. This should be lost, guys. This should be lost. This should be lost. Can I get the draw? My time management, guys, is crazy. My time management is crazy. How do I win this? I'm not even trying to win. I just want a draw. I just want a draw. I think maybe I might escape with a draw. This guy was so resilient and resourceful. Guy was so resilient and resourceful. Also very fast. A check here. I'm just going here. This pawn should queen. The pawn should queen. A move like this and queening is my plan. I want to queen here. A check here. I'm just coming back here. Think I should get a draw here. Crazy. Is there something I should worry about? Wow. Wow. Guy was so resourceful. Let's quickly take a look. Guy was extremely resourceful. I played with 82.9% accuracy. Opponent played with 81% accuracy, and it was a roller coaster of ups and downs. I was winning at some point. My opponent was winning at some point. It was just a crazy game. Let's see. My opponent sacrificed somewhere, and then I replied with a sacrifice, a counter sacrifice. This was a Sicilian. Nothing much was going on in the opening. I played this move just to stop my opponent from landing any piece here. And in this position, I played this move. I was doing very well here until this blunder. I actually gave that pawn up on purpose, but I guess that was not the best move. Maybe just holding on to my pawn would have been great. Okay, playing a move like this is also good. Okay, I did not do that. I went for this, and while these were all the best move, I found all of the best move after that. The move was just not a very good move. Just like that, my opponent is crushing. Was this move okay? I wasn't expecting my opponent to play that, but he plays that. Okay, move like this was the best move. Opponent strike that way, and opponent is just gaining forward momentum with his pawn. Capturing there was bad. What was the best move? Okay, strike here immediately. Okay. I actually strike there on the next move, I think. Strike there, and now it's the best move. I captured here. Okay, was capturing the pawn okay? Okay. I actually thought on this move, thought about this move, but I thought I was just in my own head thinking about some other moves. Look at that. Opponent sacrifice, thinking it was a brilliant move, but I am the one with the brilliant move. And the guy just locked in from here. Oh, wait. Was he giving up the pawn? When my opponent played that move, I think I should have just captured here, or maybe captured with a rook or something. That should just be the way to go. Yes. I should have just captured with something, just try to trade, because this pawn majority on the center, they became, in fact, they were the deciding factor in the game. They just decided the game. That was just a big mistake. And my opponent found all the best move from here. Opponent found all the best move from here. Great. Landed check. Great. Only move. Opponent found the only move again. Only move. Okay. Then a blunder. Then a blunder. And that was not the best move. The position was so complicated and I had little time on the clock. Captured there. Then went here. That was bad. My opponent found a series of good moves again. Seize the advantage. Oh, I had to capture there. Okay, now it makes sense. Justice, you had to sack, because at the end of the day, I had to sack both pieces to try to get a draw. Look at that move. Look at that crazy move. I was not even thinking on that move. I was thinking maybe my opponent will have to play a move like before they can strike that way. But they can, and immediately they strike. Oh. My rook is trapped. Rook is trapped. The engine says that's not the best move. What's the best move for me? Capture there. Opponent is just going to capture here. Capture here. Not sure what the engine is saying. Well, sack the rook and then sack the bishop. And the position was completely lost here. But I know if my pawns can start running, it's chaos. And my opponent allowed me. Push the pawn. The rook alone cannot stop the pawn. And that was a draw. That's a draw. Alright. But for that draw, let's get another game rolling. Okay, playing a 2100, 2200. Playing some strong opponent here. Let's go for the king's pawn opponent. Opponent is going for the French defense. And I think I'm going here. Let's see. A move like this I expect. Some people can capture here. And I think, is that the Rubinstein variation? But a move like this is by far the most popular. And I'm looking at just going here. In one of my games, I got hit with this. But I expect my opponent to capture here. And after I capture here, then play a move like this. And then I can capture here. This is a classical variation of the French. I think that's bad, isn't it? Why is it bad? Is it because I can play? I know that's bad. I know that's an inaccurate move. I'm thinking on how to... Okay, I think I can play a move like this. Immediately ask my opponent to move the knight. And then I capture here. This is the main line of the French defense. Main line, French defense. You know, in the white side, in the French defense, the guy side playing with the white pieces, sometimes they just want to trade their queen. I can capture here, but my opponent captures here. So I'm going to capture here. Let's see what my opponent is up to. I won't be surprised if they ignore and capture here. I'm just going to capture the queen. Let's see. Let's look on that. If I capture here, opponent captures here. I'm trying to see where is the piece going to escape through. I wish I can stop this knight from escaping, but I'm not seeing how I do it. I also feel like just ignoring and playing a move like this. And after my opponent captures here, I feel like just going here. That's a move I'm looking on. I'm looking at on playing a move like this. Ask my opponent to capture here. And then I capture here. Hit the rook. And after they save their rook, then I capture here. And like that, I gain a pawn. And I have a queen on the board. That's a move. I'm looking at capturing here. Opponent is going to capture here. And I capture here. Opponent is going to capture here. The knight can escape via one of these squares. So if we go here now, if I save my knight, queen, if I save my piece, they just capture here. If I capture here, they just capture there. So I'm looking on playing this move. Let's see. Hopefully I'm not making a mistake. So I've made a lot of mistakes in this game. Let's go here. Opponent could play a move like this that I wasn't thinking about. Opponent could play a move like that. Guess I wasn't thinking about that. Ooh, I think I have moves like this and like this. Chase the piece away. So let's see. Ooh, opponent has that move as well. But I already gained a pawn, haven't I? Yes, I already have a pawn. So for my troubles, I have a pawn, and my opponent cannot also castle. My opponent has lost the right to castle their king. Okay, but my opponent's claim is that, bro, you have double pawns. A move like this now comes to mind, but let's focus on developing our pieces here. A move like this, my opponent can play. That's not a move I'm worried about. Opponent is likely going to push pawn forward. I'm just going to move back. Pushing pawn forward here comes to mind as well. So maybe I'm just going to do that before my opponent. So let's say I do that. Opponent is just going to capture here. Let's go here. If opponent captures here, I capture here. If opponent captures, okay, if opponent does that, looking at playing a move like this. Opponent can only defend this, and this is defended. Right, let's grab here. If opponent captures here, I have no issues capturing that way. If opponent plays that move, I think it's time for me to castle. Let's just castle. Ooh, I think opponent would have captured here, and after a move like this, they have this move. What was I thinking? How did I allow that? I'm up a single pawn, and I want to land a check here. Let's land a check here. Trying to ask my opponent to move the king somewhere nasty, somewhere not too nice. I saw that move coming from 100 miles away. Let's go here. What's the threat? The threat here is to land a check here, capture here. That's the threat. If I land a check here, opponent can capture here, guys. I guess I just blundered. Oh my god, what am I doing today? That's a hanging piece I should have looked on. So if opponent captures here, I have this check. Problem is opponent can move close to me. I have a check here. Okay, if opponent moves close to me, opponent might be begging for trouble, guys. Yes, if opponent moves close to me, I think he's begging for trouble. So if opponent captures here, I think I have this check. And opponent move close to me, I have this check. Opponent move here, I have this check. Opponent move here, and that's checkmate. Wow, look at that. So instead of capturing here, I have something better. And I think if my opponent is not thinking too deep, opponent might miss it. Opponent might miss it. But if opponent doesn't miss it, what can opponent really do about it? Looks like okay, opponent can do something about it. For a moment, I thought opponent cannot really do much about it. I think I'm just going to end up gaining a bunch of pawns here. Or am I? I have this move. I have this move and then this move. What if we just defend this? That's something I'm looking on. Because at the end of the line, once my opponent plays a move like this, if I go capture here, if I land this check now, opponent has this move. While this move looks very interesting. Ooh. Okay, if I land this check now, opponent has this move. And after I capture here, opponent is going to capture. I think I have a check here. And maybe I should be able to play a move like this. Okay, let's take a look. If I land this check, opponent has this move. And after I capture here, opponent is going to recapture with their rook. And after I land a check here, what if opponent goes back here? Okay, that's just covering their rook, and I just go here. Okay, I think we can proceed with this. Yes, we can. I think we can. A move like this, I expect that's the only move on the board. If not for this rook, I will have this check, but because of the rook, I don't have the check. I think I have this check. King moving forward might be begging for trouble. I think the king has only this move. The king moves forward, I have this check. Why am I giving this check? Just to save my piece. Save my piece from the chaos locking around. Though this pawn now looks like a soft pawn. Okay. Let's go for this check. Opponent is begging for trouble. Opponent is begging for trouble. How is that king escaping now? Because a check like this comes to mind, and that's checkmate. I think the king has walked too far into the position. Look at that checkmate, guys. Oh, it's not checkmate. It's not checkmate because the king just comes out. Hit that move. Hit that move. So here's this evil piece going. Probably here. So let's say we land this check. Piece goes here. I land a check here. Piece goes here. And don't I have checks? I have some checks. So I land a check here. Piece goes here. I land a check here. Piece goes here. How about this check? Okay, wait. Let's land this check. Let's see where opponent is going. Opponent has this move. And then it check here. Opponent captures here. That's a check, and I just pick this up. So opponent cannot really capture there. What if I land this check? If I land this check, the king comes here. Let's land this check instead. What if king goes here? I haven't thought about a lot. That might be begging for trouble again. That might be begging for trouble again. Let's go here. I'm not going to capture here. I'm just going to capture here. A check here is very dangerous. I'm seeing goals, guys. There's no check there. There's no check there. I wanted to land a check somewhere. But I had a check somewhere. Thought I had a check somewhere. I have no checks. Thought I had some checks somewhere. Move like this comes to mind. Move like that. It doesn't seem to be doing anything for me. Let's go here. Okay, I'm up 2 points of material. I want to hold on to this pawn. A move like this I would like to play, but what am I getting with that move? Oh, that's a fork, guys. Thank goodness. I almost missed that. I almost wanted to move my rook. That's a fork. I almost wanted to move my rook. That is why the first move that comes to your mind, sometimes you want to pause and ask yourself, do I have something else? Which is exactly what I did in the position. I almost wanted to move my rook because my opponent has a threat on the board, which is to capture here. And after I capture here, they capture here. But then I was pausing to think, do I have something else? Do I have something else? And all of a sudden, I found this move. All right, let's get another. Let's see what happened in this game. Let's see. I played with 87.5% accuracy. Opponent played with 82.2% accuracy. 80.2% accuracy. Nothing crazy was going on. From the graph, I was always winning. Yes. That's not the best way to go. What's the best move here? Okay. And after my opponent captures here, I actually thought on this move, I thought I had something better with that. I can capture here, but my opponent can capture here. And then what? And then I can play a move like this. And what if my opponent goes c4, which is the best move for my opponent? I capture here, and after this, f3, f3, knight e2. This is all good. Okay, positionally, I'm okay, I guess. I think that's what the engine is saying. But then I play this move. That's not the best move for my opponent. I think the best move might be moving here. And I was already looking on playing this move, which might not be the best move. That might just be a blunder. And it is a blunder, guys. It is a blunder. Okay, because my opponent can capture here. So if my opponent had found that move, oh, I think I have to capture here first. I would love to castle here, but because of this knight, I don't think I can really castle. Can I? I can't castle. And this is an evil threat. Okay, so I can capture here with check. I suspect my opponent is going to play this move. This is what I suspect. The engine is suggesting I just go knight f3 or bishop d3. The engine is simply saying there's nothing to be scared about here. There is really nothing to be scared about here. And after my opponent captures here, I think I have to go here and ask my opponent to capture here again. Material is equal. Material is equal, but my opponent cannot castle. I also cannot castle. Okay. But the position is slightly better for me, probably because my opponent's lack of development, maybe smart. I'm not really sure. Not really sure why the position is better for me. Opponent can won't capture here, but capturing there allows me to develop here and get into the game. Well, we didn't go into any of those lines. Instead, I just capture here, captured here. And just like that, I think I love what I'm seeing on the board. I like my position. But then I thought I made a mistake here. After I move like this. I thought my opponent could capture here. But if my opponent had captured here, I have this check. The king is forced into the square. Then I have this check. The king is forced into the square. Then I have this check. The king is forced into the square. Oh, I thought that was checkmate. It's not checkmate. It's not checkmate. Okay, but then I have already forced my opponent king away from my rook, and then I can capture here. I can get the rook now. Ooh, it makes sense. Makes sense. Yes, I think that should be the line. I'm not seeing checkmate. Engine is suggesting f3. f3. All of a sudden, it's checkmate in 5. Chess.com analysis is crazy. After f3, it's just checkmate in 5. Because opening has to capture here, I think. Because if you don't capture there, I'm going to capture. If you don't capture there, this is going to be checkmate. So after this move, I'm still threatening. Okay, that's not even the best move. What's the best move? h5 check. Sack here. And then f4. Look at that, guys. That is too nasty. That is too nasty. The threat here is simple. Go here, checkmate. And if my opponent tries to play a move like this to cut off my rook from this square, then this is checkmate. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. My opponent strike with this move instead. I landed this check. And then I captured here. Yes, I had to find that move. Because if I don't, I'm asking for trouble. I thought I had some checkmate here. I just wasn't seeing checkmate. Thought I had some check. And after this move, I thought I was landing a check here, but there was no check. My opponent plays this move, and I went for the rook. And after this move, I try to defend here. The engine doesn't like the move. Why am I defending there? Because my opponent is simply threatening to remove the defender of this pawn and win the pawn. I do not want my opponent to win the pawn. That's why I defended that way. And this is just a blunder, and my opponent resigns.